after the leukocytes, let's get to understand something about the third type of corpuscle, that is platelet or thrombocytes. Now these are called as thrombocytes because they have a vitally important role in formation of blood clot. The word thrombocyte comes from thrombus, that stands for clot, and cyte, that stands for cell. So thrombocytes are cells required, cells involved in the clotting of blood. Now these are also, just like RBCs, enucleated cells. There's no nucleus. The shape would be more or less spheroidal or spindle shaped, with a highest diameter of about 2 to 3 microns. That is, the cell could be grossly like this. The diameter could be about 2 to 3 microns, and this could be around 1 micron. As compared to RBCs, these are smaller in number, about 1.5 to 4.5 lakhs per cubic millimeter of blood. That is 150,000 to 450,000 per cubic millimeter of blood. That's the number. Now, as I said, these are required for clotting process. So the main content of these cells is thromboplastin or thrombokinase, which is essential for the clotting process to trigger. Other than that, they do not have any roles to play as component of blood. But then when I say clotting of blood, that clotting may lead to filling up an injury, a wound, or maybe sealing a minor rupture in the blood vessel. The process actually is called as haemostasis. Heme stands for blood and stasis means stabilizing. The blood settles, kind of stabilizes and seals the rupture in the blood vessel. If the rupture is a major damage, then these cells on their own may not be able to completely fill up the gap. But if it's a minor wound, a minor rupture in the vessel, they would just form a kind of plug and would seal that damage, and the blood flow could resume. If it's a major damage and if the blood starts flowing out, then in that case, they participate in something called as a coagulation cascade. There's a series of reactions involved in the coagulation process. These cells would have some role to play in the coagulation cascade. That finally results into formation of a large blood clot, either a white plug or a red plug, resulting into filling up that damaged blood vessel, damaged tissue, and gradually it helps in healing the wound completely over a period of time. Sometimes the clotting process may take place abnormally inside the blood vessels. That is, the cells may start aggregating, just coming closer, forming a kind of coagulate. And this may result into obstructing the blood flow. The process is called as thrombosis. Generally happens in the arterial vessels and results into disturbance in the blood flow that may lead to something which we discussed as ischemia, obstructed or irregular blood flow. If it happens in the coronary artery, then it may result into myocardial infarction. But if it happens in any other blood vessel also, maybe leading to a leg or arm or whatever, then also it can lead to obstructed blood flow, resulting into related complications. Now the number which I see, around 1.5 to 4.5 lakhs per cubic millimeter, sometimes this number may go down suddenly. It's called as thrombocytopenia. One important cause for thrombocytopenia is some kind of infection like dengue. dengue can lead to thrombocytopenia. Sometimes the number may go up suddenly. That's called as thrombocytosis. Now the coagulation cascade which I just mentioned, we will talk about that in the next session. Just keep watching these videos, keep commenting if you have anything to suggest, like them, subscribe to them, and share them with your friends and family.